Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here, and today we have all of the details on upcoming Zombies maps released by Treyarch, everything we know is coming in Season 2 for Vanguard Zombies, and more. Season 2 was obviously delayed because both Vanguard, Warzone, and Modern Warfare have had a bunch of issues, so they delayed Season 2 to the 14th of February to allow the developers to have time to get the game sorted, since they went on a long break during the Christmas holidays, as well as the fact that Activision has been in complete upheaval due to all of the SA allegations and lawsuits, and a bunch of the developers and QA testers have been on strike, including because of a bunch of Ravensoft QA testers getting fired for no reason, because they wanted to outsource cheaper labor for QA testers in other areas such as Shanghai, where they can pay them a lot less. Anyways, first of all, there is going to be a new Zombies map set in Egypt, codenamed ZM_Scorpion, which is DLC 1 for Vanguard Zombies. Fans have been wanting an Egypt map for a very long time, and I wonder if there could be a Scorpion boss or something like that. It does suck that we are finally seeing an Egypt map, and it just so happens to be in Vanguard Zombies, which is by far the worst Zombies game that's ever been released by Call of Duty. It would have been much better to get an Egypt map in another game. Some people do count 9 as an Egypt map, but I don't think it's actually in Egypt. But it does have a very similar environment. We of course did have the Scorpion wonder weapon on 9 in Black Ops 4 Zombies, but I doubt that'll return since that was from the Chaos story. We know that Von List found something in the Tomb of Rituals that has the potential to totally jeopardize Cortifex's power there, and Cortifex cultivated worship from the ancient Egyptians, likely being associated with Osiris, the god of death and resurrection, inspiration for his scepter. Cortifex feared this so much that they diverted their plans from trying to raise an undead army to Egypt, and that's where we will follow. It seems like this map will work similar to Anfang, unfortunately, where Egypt is the hub location with portals to the other maps. The Egypt location is likely the multiplayer map Desert Siege, and probably not an entirely new area, since Treyarch are very short on time right now, and it seems like they have a very small development team for Vanguard Zombies. Despite this, it's a pretty large map and would make for a decent hub, where the Covenants, Pack-a-Punch, Mystery Box, Perks, etc. are located. Although it will probably be given a new demonic aesthetic, just as Red Star did for Anfang's hub, to make it a bit more interesting than the multiplayer version of it. Treyarch stated, in addition to a new hub map located somewhere else in the globe, we'll be taking players to multiple arenas, including the Dark Aether itself, in a completely original location crafted for Vanguard Zombies. In the files of the game, we have the codenames for the 3 locations branching from the hub location in Egypt, that being Hall, the location in the Dark Aether, possibly set in a forest, and bear in mind the Dark Aether is going to have a very different aesthetic to what we saw in Cold War Zombies that had this purple, blue, oceanic aesthetic, likely because Zykov managed to consume Invictor the Destroyer, and that's why he is purple and has a very similar aesthetic to him, because we know that Zykov obviously consumed all of the old ones. But in Vanguard Zombies, the Dark Aether is a lot more hell-like and demonic, and has a rich red aesthetic. So there might be lots of fire everywhere and demonic rituals. It's going to be a lot creepier than Cold War Zombies. And bear in mind, because time works a lot differently in the Dark Aether to the regular world, although it's only 40 years before the events of Cold War Zombies, it's actually 400 years in the Dark Aether, meaning it's quite a while away from it, and that's why so much changes in the Dark Aether between Vanguard Zombies and Cold War Zombies. And the third objective location in the files is Oasis, which is a multiplayer map already in the game, set in Libya, North Africa. I'll be showing some gameplay of it in the background. It's quite a beautiful map. Since Anfang recently got the new Void objective on Shinonuma, which is round-based, I do wonder whether there'll be a similar thing for ZM_Scorpion. Whatever the actual map name is, we're not sure just yet, but potentially Oasis could be the round-based map at this time, especially since Treyarch said to expect more round-based gameplay in Season 2. It would be nice to get some round-based maps that don't force you to play the main objective map though, and you can just boot them up from the menu. Treyarch also stated that there's plenty more in the works for Season 2, including multiple wonder weapons, a new story quest, the introduction of a new Dark Aether entity, a new enemy type, new objective gameplay, and more. We are also working on future Zombies content, and we are not even done updating our roster of operators in Black Ops Cold War, so some new operators are coming to Black Ops Cold War soon. In Season 1 Reloaded, Anfang had a prologue Easter egg quest added, teasing this upcoming map as well as the main quest releasing in Season 2. Since this quest is releasing, I'm not sure if we'll get the quest at the same time as the new Egypt map, or whether the quest will come at the start of Season 2 alongside some new wonder weapons, and then the new map will be in Season 2 Reloaded. We're not sure yet. Also, we're not exactly sure if the Egypt map will release with a main quest, or whether the main quest for that map will then release in Season 3 or later down the line. Maybe that's just going to be how all of these maps are released, where they all release without main quests and they release separately later on. We're not exactly sure, because if there is a main quest with the release of the Egypt map, that means we're getting 2 quests in Season 2, since we'll get one for Dirt Anfang and also this new map. But I've got a feeling like it's not going to be on the Egypt map on release. It's probably going to come later, like with Dirt Anfang, unfortunately. In the files, 2 new locations coming to Dirt Anfang have been found. These are just extra areas in the Stalingrad hub that we will now be able to access that were previously closed off, just as the added Von List office with Season 1 Reloaded. You can already access them in the multiplayer version of Red Star, that being Pergola Lounge and Trolleys. So yeah, we're going to be able to access these locations, and they will likely play a part in this upcoming Dirt Anfang main quest. Anyways, in this teaser quest, we are introduced to a new Dark Aether entity named Vakana the Last, who has summoned a strange green portal in Von List's office. This friendly Dark Aether entity will join us in Season 2 and will help us with the main quest and in eventually defeating Cortifex. Her sacred forest in the Dark Aether was burnt to ashes, as well as her entire clan hunted down, and she wants revenge. That was why I was saying earlier, the Dark Aether location might actually be in this forest that was burned down, which would be very interesting and creepy to see. And there could be bodies everywhere of the remains of her clan. So where we are left at the end of this Dirt Anfang teaser quest is that we are waiting for her to build her artifact so she is able to bond with the Special Forces team to grant them her powers and speak with us. Her power is most likely Healing Aura, since it's been found in the files of the game. We are also informed by the portal of a desert that lies beyond, referring to the upcoming desert map, so this portal will seemingly lead us there. So right now, our Special Forces team are trapped in a containment spell by Cortifex and Von List. So they're trapped in Stalingrad, so the way they are probably going to make their way to Egypt is via this portal that Vakana has thankfully opened up for us. And maybe at the end of this quest, we will enter the portal and that'll take us to Egypt. We know that new wonder weapons are coming in Season 2, finally, since the mode somehow released with literally none. I can't believe how unfinished Vanguard Zombies was at launch. It's still unfinished now, even months after release, and it's very sad that Treyarch were basically forced to make this mode last second, evidently. This is just not up to par, it's not up to their standards, and I'm hoping that in COD 2023 Zombies, since they will have had a lot more time and they weren't rushed with it, it's going to perform a lot better and have a lot more content and side quests and a lot more stuff to do. Anyways, 3 wonder weapons have been found in the files: the classic ray gun, something codenamed a cool gun that's apparently a pistol similar to the ray gun, and thirdly a shield wonder weapon. Recently the classic riot shield was added as a weapon, so I guess they were preparing for that. It seems like we will get this shield as part of completing the Dirt Anfang main quest. Maybe parts for it will be available in the 2 new areas that are going to open up in Stalingrad, or potentially we will just get it from the mystery box. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, we know a bit of information about this shield because in the teaser quest there's a ritual you can interact with to hear a conversation between the Dark Aether entities. In this conversation, Nauticus informs you of a powerful shield in the Dark Aether belonging to an unnamed male Dark Aether entity who was the commander of the Night Legions. So we are going to collect this shield somehow, whether we enter the Dark Aether to get it or it's somehow being displaced from the Dark Aether. What will we do with this shield though when we manage to obtain it? Well, in the new Void objective, which is round base Shinonuma, you'll see a page from the Tomb of Rituals secured by magic anchors hovering inside the hut. Craft informs you that we need to acquire the missing page's key to defeating Von List and Cortifex. This version of Shinonuma appears to be in a pocket dimension. I believe we will harness the shield and then use it to break the anchors, since they are currently not breakable, and the shield will be strong and powerful enough. The shield is probably similar to the one that we saw in World War II Zombies, and I'm excited to try that out. It's probably going to be very, very similar, so if you've played World War II Zombies and you've tried out that wonder weapon, I'd imagine it's not too far from that. Anyways, once we've broken these anchors, we will likely learn from the pages as to what Von List found in the tomb that has the potential to totally jeopardize Cortifex's power. Vakana the Last will then allow the Strike Force to take a portal to the desert to follow them. We'll probably try to use whatever's there to defeat Cortifex, but probably fail, and then we'll have 2 or 3 more maps after that, with Cortifex finally being defeated by the end of the DLC season and being consumed by Zykov, who absorbs him as he becomes closer to becoming the Forsaken, top of the hierarchy in the Dark Aether, controlling the anarchy, since currently in Vanguard Zombies, the Dark Aether is in complete chaos, with lots of different factions fighting against each other. But come Cold War Zombies, Zykov managed to consume all of the old ones and assert control and his will over the Dark Aether, essentially being a dictatorship. And whilst that is objectively not good, I guess it was better than it being in complete chaos and anarchy before, with everyone fighting against each other, and Zykov managed to control it through his power. In Von List's office, we do see paintings of the multiplayer maps Eagle's Nest, located in the Kalstein Mountain in Nazi Germany, Demyansk in the Soviet Union, and an unknown map as well. These could be potential future objective map locations too, but judging from the files of the Egypt map, I don't think so. I don't think they are for that map, maybe a future one, unless they are the Hull and Dark Aether locations that I mentioned earlier. Either that or they are just random paintings that they've used and they don't really mean anything. What else is coming in Season 2 for Vanguard Zombies though? Well, we don't have any confirmations, and we'll probably be getting a roadmap next week that I'll cover on the channel, but we are able to go off of things found in the files right now, as Gun Game and Cranked Mode's announcer dialogue has been found for quite some time, as well as a PvP VE mode similar to Grief. These all could end up getting cancelled though. All we know is that the developers have been working on these modes somewhat, but it doesn't necessarily mean they are going to release. Obviously, like with all leaked information, and especially data mine information, all of this is subject to change. Just because something is found, unless it's confirmed, it might not necessarily release. Especially because Jingle Hells was found in the files, but it never ended up releasing with Christmas. New guns and operators will be coming too, with Season 2 available in Multiplayer Warzone and Zombies. They've already been found in the files, but yeah, I don't really care about that to be honest, and potentially another objective on Dirt and Fang may be added, as well as some new covenants. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.